Journey Through Parenthood with Martina Bills.
Good Monday morning, everyone. I'm Martina Bills. Thanks for joining us here on the WSAZ Now Desk for Journey Through Parenthood. Well, it is sick season, cold and flu season. And I know that as a parent, whether you're sick yourself or your kids are sick, it's kind of hard to get everyone dressed and actually go to the doctor. And there's a lot of those illnesses that really don't need to be seen as a visit in office. So we're talking with Cabell Huntington Hospital, Marshall Health Network's TeleNow Care about what exactly symptoms should be seen by a doctor or which ones can be taken care of with a virtual visit.
Our TeleNow Care services is urgent care related visits for just minor illnesses that you wouldn't necessarily need to be seen in person. And this is something we developed because we saw that there was a big need and long lines in the waiting rooms, and people just needed something that, we could adapt to help meet their needs. And so, Marshall Health Network is committed to adapting our services to meet the needs for our patients in our region. And it helps, lower the times that people are waiting in the waiting rooms, exposing themselves to other things, illnesses that they could contact in there. And it has really helped, get people in and out faster. We are able to adapt it to meet a variety of situations.
Yeah, let's talk about those situations. Why could someone, what kind of symptoms should someone be calling you about? Obviously, if it's a pretty emergency situation, you need to go to the emergency room, but there's a lot of different illnesses or sicknesses that you guys would be able to help.
Right. Allergies, cold and flu symptoms, urinary problems, skin rashes, diarrhea, vomiting, constipation. Pink eye has been a big one when the schools went back in. Sinus congestion, nausea, even tick bites. That was a huge thing in the summer. Just, minor related illnesses that you wouldn't necessarily need to be seen in person.
Mm-hmm. So talk about the process. If someone were to use your services and call the number, what is the process like for that patient or the parent with a concern about their child?
Okay. They would call the number. We have a call center staff that takes your information and they actually start the visit and will kind of walk you through the process. So they'll get you registered. They'll send you a link by email or text. You will get the link. You'll click the link. You'll have to enter your name and then check a little box and hit next, and it will put you in the visit. And then the provider will come in. We do have providers on staff. We have Michelle Dillo and Kelly Chapman, who are Marshall Health Network providers. And then we have a few other providers that do cover like evening and weekends, but they are all Marshall Health Network providers. So they are local and familiar to our area.
And Sarah, does someone have to be already like an established patient in the Marshall Health Network to be using the TeleNow Care? Okay.
They do not. And we are open 8 to 8, 7 days a week. And one thing that I like to tell people is we are able to add multiple people to a visit. So if you're at work and your child might be with a sitter, with a family member, with your spouse even, and you want to participate in the visit, we can send a link to where the child is and to where the parent is, and they can join in the visit for their child at the same time.
Mm-hmm. That is nice to hear. I know when a parent is away from their child and they're sick, getting that doctor's information is so vital and really just gives you peace of mind. Sarah, what else would you like someone to know about your services? Because I know I've had my child in a doctor's office sick and then they end up with something else because of I know doctor's offices, they keep them clean, but it's cold and flu season. That stuff happens.
Right. It's super nice for people that have maybe one sick child and they don't want to have to take all their kids out in the cold weather, and you can just do it from home and not have to drag all of them to the waiting room and expose all of them. Or if you have a couple kids that are sick, you can do it in one visit. without having to get all of them out, because it's hard to do that when you don't feel well and your kids don't feel well. It's hard to get out in the cold or rainy weather to go sit in a waiting room for hours.
Yes.
We do have, school and work excuses available. So that's something, if that's needed, our call center can handle for you. If you need anything else or to follow up with it, you can always call the call center back and they can reach out to the provider that you saw. So it's not like once the visit is done, you can't get back to anybody if you have questions or you have a reaction or you're not feeling that, the medicine prescribed was, helping. You can call back and still get back to that provider.
So I know this is cold and flu season, sick kids, taking them in the cold weather to see a doctor sometimes just isn't on your agenda, and it really is not fun, depending on how sick your kid is. So the telehealth services that Marshall Health Network provides and other agencies actually provide as well can really come in handy. And something Sarah Clark mentioned when she was talking is if you have more than one kid, you can do that visit all at the same time. And also, if you were at work and your child was with their other parent or a family member or babysitter, you could actually be on the call and your child be seen. They can add more than one person to the call. So that's their information, 781-8353, area code 304. They're open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And I think that my child is always notorious for getting sick on the weekends. And, when your doctors might not be on call or you don't want to have to drag them out in the cold weather this time of year. So that's nice. A nice option is there. So I kind of wanted to showcase that to just show exactly what you could be calling for if your child is not feeling well and the weather just isn't ideal, or you don't want to expose them to other germs that they may actually receive when they're in the doctor's office from other sick people. So here on Journey Through Parenthood, we're here every Monday and Wednesday at 10 o'clock. We hope you have a great start to this work week.